Hello, friends. Welcome to English Minds. Dive into the world of timeless English literature. Today we will discuss on Titus Andronicus, a tale of betrayal, bloodshed, and unyielding revenge. Titus Andronicus, Shakespeare's earliest and bloodiest tragedy. This play, replete with imagery, delves into the grotesque ramifications. Shakespeare intricately juxtaposes Roman stoicism with barbaric retribution, crafting a narrative suffused with pathos and grim catharsis. Titus Andronicus is a tragedy that chronicles the descent of this its titular Roman general into a abyss of vengeance and despair. Returning from a victorious war, Titus' sacrifice of Tamora's son ignites an insidious cycle of retribution. Tamora, now empress heinous atrocities through her sons, including the grotesque mutilation of Lavinia. Titus, embittered by betrayal, retaliates with macabre ingenuity, serving Tamora a pie made from her sons, the play into catastrophic carnage, exposing the depravity of unbridled wrath and the fragility of justice amidst chaos. Important characters in Titus, Titus Andronicus. Titus Andronicus, tragic hero, Roman general, and protagonist. Titus embodies the paradox of valor and vulnerability. His transformation from a noble general to a figure consumed by revenge highlights the destructive nature of vengeance. Tamora, the manipulative queen, queen of the gods, later empress of the of Rome. She is ambitious and vengeful, uses her position as empress to heinous crimes. Tamora represents the archetype of unchecked ambition. Her actions show the devastating impact of personal on political and family stability. Lavinia, the innocent victim, Titus' daughter, symbol of purity. Gentle and obedient, yet the tragic victim of brutal violence. Even after her mutilation, she finds a way, reveals her assailant. Lavinia, suffering personifies the collateral damage of revenge. Her silence after her assault becomes a powerful metaphor for viceless and victimhood, from vicelessness and victimhood. Aaron, the Moor, villainous mastermind, Tamora's lover, central villain, like Othello's Iago, ruthlessly cunning with no remorse for her for his evil deeds. Aaron epitomizes the Machiavellian villain. His character challenges racial stereotypes while amplifying the play themes of moral decay. Saturninus, corrupt emperor, new emperor of Rome, and Tamora's husband. Weak, impulsive, and easily manipulated. Saturninus symbolizes ineffective leadership, his ascent to power and subsequent downfall mirror the broader theme of Rome disintegration. Marcus Andronicus, the voice of reason, Titus' brother, and a senator. Rational and composed, providing a counterpoint to the chaos. Deeply empathetic, particularly toward Lavinia. Marcus serves as a stabilizing force reflecting the remnants of Roman virtue amidst the surrounding barbarity. Demetrius and Chiron, agents of atrocity, Tamora's son, and Lavinia, assailants. Reckless, sadistic, their actions highlight the destructive influence of unchecked rage and familial loyalty. Their demise signifies poetic justice. Lucius, the restorer of order, Titus' son, and the eventual emperor of Rome. Brave, dutiful, symbol of renewal. Unlike his father, he balances justice and mercy. Lucius represents the hope for a Rome restored to its former glory. His rise to power ends the cycle of vengeance. The characters in Titus Andronicus reflects the play central theme of vengeance, justice, and moral disintegration. Each character contributes uniquely to the narrative, surviving as either agents of chaos or symbols of order. Their actions and motivations provide a stark exploration of human nature and its darkest impulses. Quotations are from Titus Andronicus. Hammering in my head, Aaron. This line captures Aaron's ruthless and vengeful nature, setting the tone for the cycle of violence in the play. Sweet mercy is nobility true. Batch. When will this fearful slumber have an end? Titus' despair and his longings for an end to the suffering and chaos. Oh, why should nature build so fall and then unless the gods delight in tragedies? Rome is but a wilderness of tiger, a metaphor for the savagery and chaos that has overtaken Rome, mirroring a disintegration of morality and order. Terras Astrea reliquit. Justice has fled from the earth, a reflection on the absence of justice and prevalence of corruption and revenge in the play world. The gates of Rome shall be my grave. Symbolize Titus' dedication to Rome and foreshadows his tragic downfall. If there were reason for these miseries, then into limits could I bind my vote, Titus. Reflects Titus' existential struggle to find meaning amidst chaos and tragedy. Oh, handle not the theme to talk of hands, lest we remember still that we have none, Titus. A darkly ironic comment on his own mutilation symbolized helplessness and cost of revenge. What fool hath added water to the sea or brought a fagot to bright burning Troy? An evocative metaphor for the futility of adding to something already overwhelming, echoed Titus' despair and helplessness. These quotations encapsulate the tragic and brutal essence of the play while challenging the reader with its depth of meaning. I hope you are serious applicants. Please ensure you have a pen and paper ready to take notes or complete your assessment accurately. Let's begin. Who is the author of Titus Andronicus? William Shakespeare. What genre does Titus Andronicus belong to? Tragedy. Who is the central antagonist in the play? Aaron. How does Lavinia communicate after her mutilation? Speaking through gesture. What is the significance of the pie Titus serves? Tamora. It is a dish made from her sons. What political position does Saturninus hold? Option C. Emperor of Rome. What is the primary theme of Titus Andronicus? Revenge and justice. Who is Tamora's script? Sorry. Who is Tamora's secret lover? Option B. Aaron. Which Roman tradition does Titus uphold at the beginning of the play? Sacrificing prisoners to the god. How does Aaron reveal his true nature? Through his soliloquies. Who kills Lavinia? Saturninus. Option B. What does Lucius symbolize in the play? Option B. Justice and renewal. How does Titus die? Option B. He kills himself. What role does Marcus Andronicus play in the story? Option B. A senator and voice of reason. What is the relationship between Demetrius and Chiron? Option 15 का A. Brothers. Who ultimately becomes the ruler of Rome? Option B. Lucius. What do Demetrius and Chiron do to Lavinia? Option B. They mutilate and assault her. Who is the father of Tamora's illegitimate child? Option B. Aaron. What does the pit in the forest symbolize? Option C. Death and destruction. Who orders the execution of Alarbus, Tamora's eldest son? Titus. What drives Aaron's actions throughout the play? Option B. Hatred for Roman society. What literary device is prevalent in the play? 22a. Irony. How does Titus trick Tamora in the final act? He invites her to a feast with a hidden agenda. What does Lavinia use to reveal the identity of her attackers? Option B, a stick to write in the sand. Which Roman god is referenced in the play as a symbol of revenge? Nemesis. Option C. Who is responsible for killing Tamura? Option B. Lucius. What is the final fate of Aaron? Option D. He is executed. What is the primary setting of Titus Andronicus? Athens? No. Option B. Rome. How does Titus Andronicus prove his loyalty to Rome? Option A. By sacrificing his son. Option Question number 30. What is the relationship between Titus and Lavinia? Option A. Father and daughter. Which character is portrayed as the most vengeful in the play? Option C. Titus. How does Lavinia communicate her attackers to her father? Option B. Writing in the sand. What is the role of chorus in the play? To explain the theme and actions of the play. What does the pit in the forest represent symbolically? Death. What is Aaron's primary motivation throughout the play? Option A. Power and revenge. What does the character of Titus represents in the play? Blind loyalty and honor. What is the significance of Lavinia mutilation in the play? It represents the destruction of innocence. Who is the last person standing in Titus Andronicus? Option A, Lucius. What role does Aaron play in the death of Titus? He betrays Titus and his family. How does Aaron die? He is executed by Lucius. What is the ultimate fate of Saturninus? He is killed by Lucius. What role does Marcus Andronicus play in the play? He is the voice of reason and logic. What is the significance of the final scene of Titus Andronicus? Option B. It demonstrates the futility of revenge. Who kills Saturninus? Lucius. What literary technique does Shakespeare use extensively in Titus Andronicus? Irony, option C. How does Lavinia reveal her attackers in the final act? She writes in the sand with a stick. Who is the true villain of Titus Andronicus? Aaron. What type of revenge does Titus seek throughout the play? Option B, family revenge. What ultimately happens to Lucius? He becomes the new ruler of Rome. What does Titus Andronicus ultimately explore? Option C, the consequences of revenge. These questions cover key themes, characters, and events of Titus Andronicus, making them essential for understanding the play. Titus Andronicus stands as a quintessential exploration of revenge, justice, and human brutality in Shakespeare's tragic. The play instance violence, political manipulation, and the eventual cycle of retribution highlight the darkest aspects of human nature. It challenges the nations, the notions of justice and morality, offering a stark commentary of social corruption through characters like Titus and Aaron. Shakespeare raises critical questions about power dynamics, loyalty, and the consequences of unchecked vengeance. Its relevance today, particularly in discussions of political power and justice, makes it a vital study for all, urging deep analytical engagement with the text. Titus Andronicus continues to resonate with contemporary society, especially in the realms of justice, power, and consequences of vengeance. In today's world, where political manipulation, systematic corruption, and cycles of retribution remain pressing concern, the play's exploration of these themes and strikingly relevant. The characters pursue of justice through violent means mirror modern day struggling for power, often overshadowed by brutality and impact of unchecked authority, the limit of justice, and the complex dynamic of revenge in both historical and modern context. Titus Andronicus offers valuable insight into political corruption, revenge cycles, gender based violence, moral justice, and social marginalization. Modern cases studies such as political manipulation, ongoing feuds, gender violence, vigilante justice, and the plight of marginalized communities reflects the play's themes, highlighting it its enduring relevance in today's world. If you like this video, do subscribe, like, and share your comment. Press the bell icon for all notifications. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and keep exploring English literature. Thank you. Thank you so much.